This is where our story began. Vancouver General Hospital, September 4th, 2023. My husband, a healthy and active 52-year-old, had an emergency thrombectomy to remove the blood clots in his brain. We stayed up all night in the small waiting room outside the neuro ICU, unsure if my husband, the father of our 3 children, yes, this guy right here, would make it through the night. And even if he did survive, the doctors didn't know if he would ever be able to walk or talk or live a normal life again. They called it a massive ischemic stroke. The next morning, while my husband was still on a ventilator in a medically induced coma, my daughter and I went somewhere nearby to take a much-needed shower. On our way back to the hospital, she said, "Mom, it's so strange. Our whole world has just stopped, but everyone else is just living their regular lives." This dreadful realization is what leads to isolation and loneliness for the families on the inside of the hospital walls. Oh, and if these walls could talk, what would they say? I would imagine countless stories of heartbreak and despair. During the 9 days my husband was at the hospital, we didn't go outside beyond the parking garage. I just couldn't envision a life outside of this building. And I could never imagine that one day we'd be back in this neighborhood and drop in just to use the washroom. Today, my husband and I walked over 5 kilometers from Vancouver Hospital to Granville Island and then to Kitsilano Beach. As we walked in silence for over an hour, my heart and prayers were on the hundreds of patients and their families confined in the walls of Vancouver Hospital on this day, Saturday, April 19th. To those families who feel like the walls are closing in, making it unbearable to even breathe, be encouraged, because with every season of darkness and despair, God's mercy and goodness are all around you. At the time, I probably wouldn't have listened, but I wish someone would have urged me to go outside for a walk, to help me gain perspective and be forced to see that yes, the world will keep on turning, and you can be a part of that again. There will be life after stroke. It'll be very different from the life you had or dreamed of for your future. It will be harder. Everything will be a challenge. And most days, you'll just want to give up. But you can't give up. You need to keep moving and find the purpose to your pain. Because in the words of Brene Brown, one day you will tell your story of how you overcame what you went through, and it will become someone else's survival guide.